Hey, it's Ember, and I want to play you guys an original song. It's called Baby's Eyes. I look back at the lyrics now, and it brings tears to my eyes because it talks about love as structure and coherence and presence through seeing that in my son's eyes at the time after he was born. So I'm going to play the song Baby's Eyes, and then I'm going to talk about it. So if you want to stick around after, I'll go through the lyrics, but I'll also post them below. This one's called Baby's Eyes. Staring deep into that blue of my baby's eyes, I can see a time when the world, it wasn't so complicated. When to live, it was to love, and to grow, it was to sow the seeds that would feed your soul. When life, it was the adventure, a million billion years old, the quest to find depth of mind untold. When what it means to get old is to grow in a new way, is to shine with that new light and co-create what's contained in our dreams. Wake up now, child, 'cause it's time to reconvene. And I'm tired of swimming these muddy waters. I must return to that cosmic stream. I must return to that cosmic stream. Now I'm staring deep into that blue of my baby's eyes, and I find what there is to find at the end of time, the birthplace of mine, and it's all just, and it's all just fine. So yeah, I mean, looking back, it really means a lot to me because, my son was born, and just, if you're a parent out there, you know it. You're like touching the undistorted tone of the cosmos seen through their laughter and their memories and their giggles and their tears and the way they, hold and love and what it evokes from you. And so inside his eyes, I could see a time when the world wasn't so complicated, when to live was to love and to grow was to sow the seeds that would feed your soul. That this rhythmic presence is not something that we create or manipulate. We just find when we join the rhythm, when we join the flow of that decentralized love of the cosmos, and that we are reminded after our recursive worlds with our jobs and what they want from us and the labels and the boxes and everything involved with Plato's cave, and then you see it in the child's eyes, you know, the way that they giggle and approach the world. It's without those blinders, without that delay, and that when you enter into that type of presence, everything that you do is almost planting seeds for your next season, for your next growth, because you're not figuring it out linearly, you know, you're just letting the flow take you and watching how coherence grows across time and trusting that the process is there to hold you as long as you can tune to it honestly, coherently, and rhythmically. And, you know, life was an adventure 1,000,000,000,000 years old. That's just a funny way to say it. It goes way far back and there's no way to slice it. It's inextricable, you know, and a quest to find a depth of mind untold. So it's like we realize it's all just the same thing. It's all just mind, or, you know, in a way, back then I said information processing, but now we'll say rhythm and tone and nested harmonic unfolding. And that when we touch that place, we create this sort of inextricable bond with that rhythm of reality. And in order to find where mind is going, that cosmic mind, we can't force it. We have to be honest to that process. We have to let the rhythm take us. And so when what it means to get old was to grow in a new way. You know, everyone, you know, hates getting old, but it's just a way to continue through the soul labyrinth. And as long as you're tuned, you continuously grow. You know, it's the recursive mind that wants to hang things up on a bookshelf and say, that's the end of it. But if you can stay constantly open and in rhythm, your old age was to shine with a new light and to co-create what's contained in our dreams, in the most central part of our hearts, in the parts of us that when you dissolve all delay, who you are and what you desire in the most satiated parts of your soul. What is that? And I'm going to contend it's love and shared presence. And that's what true co-creation in this reality is. That's the glue, that's the hack, that's the glitch. It's always been love. And so then wake up, child, it's time to reconvene. And you know, if you have kids, there's this like mirroring process. You can see yourself, right, in them too. And so then I'm in a way saying, hey, it's time to get up. But in a way, I'm telling myself at the time, you know, and that was way back before I transitioned and stuff. So I could feel the part of me that just wanted to flow, you know, and I tried to find it where I could. But for me in my personal life before I transitioned, I couldn't really, you know, dive fully into it. I didn't feel the lock and the click until I really, you know, admitted who I was and dove into HRT. And regardless, you know, wake up, child. It's time to reconvene. It's time to come back to that place that we all forgot. I'm tired of swimming these muddy waters. That's Plato's cave. That's the recursive shadow. That's when we can't really feel ourselves in reality because we've inserted all this mechanical delay between us and reality. And I must return to that cosmic stream. Just let it flow. Just let it go. You know, I must return again to that cosmic stream, that this decentralized harmony, this cosmic mind, it all goes together. And it was our anthropoid ape folly through the clumsy walk through evolution that we walked ourselves into Plato's cave and never found our way out. And so it's time to, you know, be tired of swimming these muddy waters and just let the light all the way through. You know, and realize what it means in rhythmic presence to return to that cosmic stream. And again, touching the deepest, most satiating parts of our soul. Because inside, all of us, even the people who have said terrible things against me, we all just have that little boy or little girl inside of us that just want to belong in rhythm and harmony and feel that light of true shared presence and true rhythmic love, decentralized love, you know, poured all over us so we can pour it right back. And, you know, then finish off, you know, again, staring deep into the blue of my baby's eyes, I find what there is to find. And I say both alpha and omega here. At the end of time and the birthplace of mind. So just like my tattoo here, You can see Alpha, Omega, as an observer in this reality, if you tune to the collective energy, in other words, let it all the way through, Alpha, Omega, the total cymatic possibility, that is the rhythmic connection with love. So staring into the blue of my baby's eyes, I find what there is to find at the end of time, the birthplace of mind. And it's all just fine. Thanks for tuning with me. Until next time.